Hey, welcome back. Cattle Drive Live, Season 3, Corey, Episode 1.
Yep, we're starting it all again.
I'm telling you, it is the start of a new season. It has been busy, it's been good. Thank you that are listening right now for voting for Corey and I and Paige and Lacey for what was that, Best of the Barns?
You bet. Yep,
Reserve Champion.
reserve champion. Yep,
Yep, Beyond the Ring, Rash and Hummel. They tripped us a little bit, but we're coming for them.
yep,
Wouldn't
yep.
be, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be getting the habit of that glitter slap just yet, Ralph. We're coming for you. Oh, hey, it's just it's awesome to be just to be considered in that list. But thank you
Yep.
guys for that, and we appreciate it. So, hey,
Hey,
Power Pack Night here tonight, Corey. We are going to have the pleasure to visit with the crew at the National Western about one really cool event that happened during the Market Steer Show, and I guess kind of an unfortunate accident that happened during the Market Bear Show. Tell me just a little bit about those.
well, yeah, yeah. Ever since that steer show unfolded out there, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Miss Kayden Halls, she pretty much broke our Facebook pages. There, every other post, it seemed like that day after the steer show, and yeah, we called our friends at the stock show there and wondered if there's any way we could get the world famous Miss Halls on the show, and we're gonna have her tonight to tell her story and slapping that champion steer in Denver. And then we're going to have Blaine Lee with the Lee family there that had their pickup. I don't know the whole story. I seen it on Facebook as well, but had their pickup and trailer stolen with their hogs in it on the way to the National Western Stock Show, and miraculously, I guess they found the hogs on the trailer, and they made it to the show and exhibited them. I guess very well. So we're gonna
Yep,
hear both them stories.
that's right.
It's gonna be the behind the scenes of the social media post that broke the internet there a couple weeks ago.
Absolutely. Hey, and all things moving forward here at the coffee shop. Hey, legendary steer show fires up this week in the great state of Texas. The guys are fighting icy roads and conditions, getting market steers moved into Fort Worth this week. But hey, show season is upon us. I can't wait to get in and talk about this National Western Steer Show. Next week we'll be able to visit a little bit about the Fort
Fort
Worth Steer
Worth,
Show. So it's that time of
absolutely.
year, man. But hey, we got a big show and very fortunate that we're going to have the crew at the National Western back with us again tonight. Hopefully, Alyssa and Jennifer both. We've had a little bit of technical difficulties on our end a little bit tonight, but maybe we'll get Alyssa in here and get the show fired up. And hey, there she is.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, got them both, Miss Alyssa and Miss Jennifer. How are y'all doing?
Great. How are you guys?
Hey, we're doing awesome.
Yeah, good. Good deal. Hey, good to have you back. We got to visit with you here not too long ago, right before the big event. And man, you guys really know how to throw a party out there because, as Corey alluded to earlier, your social media post about the stolen trailer and this Make a Wish story absolutely flipped the world upside down. And they were talking about nothing but National Western.
Well, we just happen to be innocent bystanders of some pretty cool things that turned out by the end of the show.
Right, right. Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah. Hey, tell us a little bit about kind of as you wrap up, kind of the numbers on the show. I know I heard them talk several times about some gate attendance numbers that maybe got broken.
Yeah, we did. We had our middle Saturday had 69,800 people on the grounds, and we broke 700,000. In the history of National Western, we've only broke 708,000 once, and I think it was clear back in 2006. But there's only been 2 or 3 years that we've been over 700,000. So phenomenal attendance. It's awesome if you are counting attendance. Some people maybe didn't love it as much trying to use their cell phones or walk through the trade show, but pretty outstanding numbers.
Absolutely. I tell you what, those two concert spots down in the yards and the concert spot up on the hill up there. Boy, that was a nice new addition right there. That Saturday afternoon when it was beautiful in the yards, all them bulls on display, have a little red dirt music in the background. That was pretty special.
Yeah, Alyssa gets to take credit for that location.
Yeah, we thought so too. Just seeing it full of people, and I know the food trucks were going to be a hit, but just add a little bit of music and just hanging out and with everybody else, it was really really neat.
Yeah, that was cool.
For sure.
That's incredible. Hey, and unfortunately for me, the weather changed on us and we didn't get to come to help you guys with the Market Steer Show. But I told Alyssa a minute ago, Jennifer, you guys didn't miss Corey and I one lick. I'm not saying Kent Jakey was your guy, but you guys somehow captured Christy Collins for the entire Market Steer Show somehow. And that, I mean, kudos to you guys because that was the talk of the business to have. Number one, somebody got Christy to sit down for that long. And number two, she opened up about some stories about the National Western and how it affected her career. So you guys, awesome job having her on. So
What a class act lady, right? When Christy speaks, we all shut up and listen.
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it sounds like the sales were great out there. I sat in on most of the main sale, Dave DeWello's sale, the Charlet sale. Boy, that facility, that sale ring and all that. Boy, it's unbelievable.
It sure is. You know, I'm trying not to talk. I kind of pause. You know how these things are. You don't want to talk over somebody. So Alyssa has just as much important to say as I do. But those sales, how cool is it to walk into a sale facility like that is brand new? I mean, not only is there great seating, there's not a bad seat in the house. The screens are phenomenal. Everything's clean. But it's just so rare that we get to sit in a facility built specifically as a livestock auction ring that is brand new anymore. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that used sale barn smell to it.
Right. And what's also neat, just with the space being new, it can be anything you want. You know, it can be a flex space, like we use a show ring for embryos on snow, and then also the Stockford Beef Festival. So, I mean, it's just a flexible space and can make anything happen. So it's top
Yep.
notch.
Somebody should have been videoing that, and maybe they were. They took the pinball show ring and turned it into an embryo on snow sales site in literally a matter of 15 minutes.
Yeah, we were tight. It was a little crunch.
I mean, there was I seen it with my own eyeballs.
Yep.
There was 100 people flying around, tables being put up, panels being taken down.
Yep.
It was intense.
It would be a cool time lapse video for sure, but I don't think anybody.
Yeah,
got
that's what
that.
I was gonna say. A
on fire,
time lapse
so.
video. It would have been a lot of stuff happening in a short amount of time.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's strength in numbers, and I'm glad we didn't prepare to have that time-lapse photography, or else that would mean we knew we were going to be behind.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds so. Just listening to Corey talk about it, the pictures that you see you can get on Showtimes does such a great job of capturing all the essence of the National Western. I got to give that crew kudos there. But if you haven't had a chance to look and see what's going on in Denver, it's obvious you guys are maybe, would you say, in the middle of this transition? Where are we at moving forward with getting the rest of your project unfolded and things to mature like we've discussed?
Boy, I would love to say we were in the middle, but I'm going to call it more the infancy because there is a lot of buildings left to come on the grounds. You know, the next step is our legacy building, which will be the home of the Western Stock Show Association, which is actually the organization that owns the National Western. And it will share a wall with the new livestock, the Sue Ann Sheets livestock facility. But following that, there's a new horse facility coming, there's a new rodeo facility coming, there's a new parking garage. So we're kind of in what you see completed is maybe, I don't know, a fifth, I guess, if you look, if you want to call us
Okay.
specifics. But man, what a fun ride it's going to be to see each building get done.
Right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt. We can discuss it. There's going to be bumps and bruises along the way, but I'll tell you what, you guys have proved you're very resilient, and you're going to go above and beyond to make people feel welcome there, and do what you can. The facilities, you hear nothing but how awesome of those facilities are to this point. And so, good
And
job
it
to you.
is, I thought they were fibbing to us, Brett, about the no generators. I think somebody said you're not even allowed, like, there's no generators allowed, right?
Nope.
I talked to 20 exhibitors in the yards. They said there is no way you could physically use the amount of power they have in each pin.
Correct.
It's unbelievable.
I'll be dang.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's awesome.
Awesome.
Wash racks are state of the art, and warm water in the wash racks, and it lives up to all the hype.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, hey, let's talk about some of this hype. Let's get right into this story here, and we'll bring her in here in just a minute after I get a chance to visit with you two about the story of this Kayden Halls. I don't know that maybe everybody knew what was going to happen. I don't know how much pre-planning was involved, but we're referring to those of you that are watching that happen to watch the live stream from the National Western. There was a girl who went with the three market steer judges and slapped that champion steer. Alyssa, tell us a little bit of backstory on how that transpired and exactly leading up to this moment, from your side. How did this really happen?
Yeah, so we were approached mid-November by Make-A-Wish Colorado with just the opportunity for a young lady to come and be a part of the National Western in some way. And so our team met and we got together and kind of brainstormed, how we can make that beneficial for her because it's not every day we get to make a wish and make that wish happen. It's a little heartwarming and brings tear to my eyes just thinking about it, but it was truly an incredible opportunity for her and just seeing that come to fruition. So we thought, it'd be really neat if our incredible judges would let her slap our Grand Reserve champion, and they, of course, how do you say no to that opportunity? So, that picture right there is awesome.
Yeah, three class act gentlemen that you had judge the steer show, and I've never had the opportunity yet to judge a steer show or a heifer show for that matter of this magnitude. So I can only imagine what that feeling's like to finally get the opportunity to be the one to slap that steer. And for those guys, I know all three of them that probably never crossed their mind to take the back seat and let this young lady have the spotlight. I think that's awesome on those three guys' parts.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. But hey, you guys went one step over, Corey. They figured out a way that we could have Kayden Halls with us tonight.
Yep.
And she's backstage here, and right there she is.
Caden, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great now that we got you on here. Yeah.
Hi, Caden.
Hi.
So this thought back, just walk us into this, Caden, real quick on what it is about the National Western. I know that I wrote down here you're from Bayfield, Colorado, so you're a home state girl, and I know the National Western obviously means something to you and your family. But tell us why the National Western, why it means so much to you. Tell us the backstory here.
It's just a very important show to me because it's so close to home.
Okay.
And in the same state. And all the tradition behind it is just so amazing.
Awesome.
Hey, tell us a little backstory, Caden. When did you start being interested in cattle, showing cattle, your 4-H career? Just give us a little history lesson on yourself.
So this is my 4th year showing market goats. And
Yep.
ever since I first started showing market goats, just watching cattle in a show ring, it's always been like one of my interests, and I've always wanted to do it. And this year it became a reality, and I got my first market steer in September.
Good deal.
Awesome. Oh, so you got a steer for yourself this year in September.
Yep.
Oh, great. Good job. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. So, walk us through the excitement that evening there, on when they roll out that green carpet, the steers come back in there. I mean, we were able to see you walking around with those three guys, but tell us what that was like a little bit, what it felt like to be inside there.
It was surreal. It was really cool just getting to experience it all.
Yep. Which one who was your favorite judge?
Oh, that's a hard one. I think all of them.
It was? Really?
All of them?
Mhm.
Gotcha.
I
Hey,
could-
and I need to know, did they get the right steer, or did you like a different one?
Those were the right ones. I like them.
Hey,
Absolutely.
they swore you to saying that, didn't they?
Well, and Kayden even got the opportunity. She came a little bit early. Well, we were running a little behind in our steer show, and she walked around with Joe Epperly and collected cards and kind of saw the backside of the system, which that was pretty cool, huh, Kayden?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Just seeing that whole process, and they were talking, walking with you, and so it was really neat.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's really neat. So, yeah. So, hey, what's some future plans for you, Caden?
I definitely want to come back to National Western in 2024 and show my market steer and maybe some market goats.
Oh, is that what you're going to gear your steer for? Is National Western?
Another one that I get this coming year or this.
Oh, yep. You going to go to your state fair with the steer you got now?
I'm taking market goats to state fair this
State
year.
fair?
My
Okay.
market steer will be going to county.
To county fair. Okay. Very good.
You know, one of the
Awesome.
things that we didn't mention, maybe you guys talked about it before I jumped on, but Weaver showed up better than Santa Claus, I'm told, didn't they, Caden?
Yeah.
You might tell these guys a little bit about what you got from Weaver, just because their hearts are so big.
I got a cattle chute, double blower, tons of halters and sprays and brushes and number harnesses and all sorts of things.
Oh my goodness. That's great. That is awesome.
That is.
What else could you want? Perfect.
Class
Oh,
deal there.
Yeah, you get you a goodie bag from Weaver. You get to walk around with three industry leaders there to select the market steer show, and so that's awesome. So
Yep.
I'm jealous of you. I've always wanted to slap a steer like you did. When I tell you what, when you brought it, you brought it. I was proud of you.
Thank you.
So.
Yep.
Good stuff. Well, hey, thank you for taking the time tonight to visit with Corey and I, and hopefully next year we'll have the chance to meet you in person.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
thanks a lot for being on.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Kayden.
Tell you what, you two gals, y'all went from warming the hearts of all people in livestock business with that story of that girl to just equally firing people up over this stolen pig trailer deal on the way to National Western. Alyssa?
Yep, it was pretty much just one thing after another. So it was a roller coaster. But yeah, no, it was so glad they found them. You know, that God was on their side for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I've got a few friends of mine that are in the pig business, and they talk about just the amount of detail involved in those last few days leading up to a show of how critical feed and water and hydration and the things are, to think that those things got none of that for how long?
Well, and we're in January too,
Yeah.
so it's freezing. I don't remember. It was 48 hours. I'm pretty sure, maybe longer than that. I don't remember. Jennifer, do you
Right
know?
Right at 48 hours. Yep.
That's what I thought.
Wow.
That's what I thought.
What?
So it couldn't have been July or something, but maybe it was
Right.
better for them. I'm not sure, but
So we're gonna have the luxury of getting to talk to the Lee family here in a minute. But what is it like on your end of the story when you get that phone call from an exhibitor that, hey, we're running a little late, and this is what's happened? I mean, what's that like on y'all's side?
Well, I think that from our side, I mean, both Alyssa and I and everybody on the team, we just know how much people put into it to be there to show. And so, it makes your heart sink, and you immediately want to know how you can help when you hear the bad news, right? But then I woke up that morning to a instant messenger on, I can't remember what it was, whatever social media channel, that said, Jennifer, this is Blaine Lee, call me right away. So I called him, and he was still beside himself. He could hardly speak, that they had found the pigs, and he just wanted to make sure that they could still come to the stock show. And of course, I mean, our team was all about it. So yeah, I mean, you want to talk about like low to high. I can't even imagine being that family. The one place where we kind of did have to step in, and God love the media, right? They're good for us. They come and they promote. But at one point, the family looked at me and said, please, can we ask them if we don't have to get this pig out again until after we show? Because everybody wanted to see those pigs walked and interview them. But yeah, we kind of had to graciously step in and say, hey, thanks for caring about the family, but let's hold off on walking these pigs till at least they get done showing.
Wow.
How about that?
My goodness. Well, hey, we're going to have the chance to visit with them. Who is it? Corey, we have Blaine Lee with us,
Yeah,
right?
Blaine Lee.
From Quincy, Washington. Blaine, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You bet.
Go
Now,
ahead, Corey.
Blaine, start at the beginning of this deal. You left Quincy, Washington, and what was the series of events there?
Yeah, so it was just a wild trip. So we actually left. Hogs didn't haul in till Monday, so we actually left that Friday afternoon, and we drove throughout the night and everything. Got to Denver on Saturday afternoon, and got to our hotel, and we actually just caught the pigs out at the hotel, like in a little grassy area that they had, just to let them stretch and everything. And then we put them back in and fed and watered. And then we decided, you know what, we're gonna go get some dinner. So we went and got some dinner and some ice cream, just to, finally like relax a little bit. And when we got back to the hotel, we actually were like, you know what, we're gonna move the truck and trailer in front of the hotel and park it under the lights. So that's what we did. We actually went to bed that night, and we woke up the next morning, and my brother and I woke up, showered and everything, and went out to go feed animals, and there was no truck and trailer. So, and no pigs. We actually thought it was towed at first, but, we called the police and made a police report, and they, got to looking in the system, and it was not towed. And so he was like, yeah, it got stolen. So we made our police report and everything, and then that's when I instantly called, the National Western. And on, and it was just a crazy trip because like the way that the National Western really cared for us throughout those 2 days was really cool. I mean, we are extremely thankful to the National Western for caring for us in those 2 days. But then we just did our thing, and on Tuesday afternoon, I get woken up to a phone call at about 3 a.m. And, I was like, whatever, it's just my alarm. And then they call again right away, and it's the Commerce City Police Department. And I answer it, and he goes, is this Blaine Lee? And I told him, yeah. And he goes, this is blah, 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 from the Commerce City Police Department. And he goes,
Whoa.
Oh no, just when you get to the good part.
I feel it's
sorry.
It's a cliffhanger.
Yeah. So basically, they tell me, like I get there and the police call me, and I answer, and he tells me like, well, we found your truck and trailer. And I was like, no way. And he goes, and I was like, are the pigs there? And he goes, yep, pigs are here. And so, brother calling. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. So were they pretty hollowed out? Had they been
Yeah.
fed and watered for 2 days or?
Yeah, so basically, they lost about 10 pounds, so it wasn't much. I mean, but in pig world, that's quite a bit. But they I called Jennifer right away, and she told me like, yeah, you guys can show. So we hauled in that morning, and the National Western, made a big deal about it and everything, and we were there in the barns. So it was a wild week, wild week.
Yeah.
I think just when you arrived on grounds, just the amount of exhibitors that helped you unload your tack, and it was just like, come on in, let's get this
Yeah.
done. It was really cool to see everyone
Yeah.
just pop in.
Yeah, and like the amount of people, that I had like calling me and texting me, like throughout those 2 days was unreal. I mean, it just goes to show, like that there's good people in the livestock industry, So, yeah.
Well, there's no doubt. Wow. So, how empty of a feeling was it that morning when you walk outside and, at first, okay, our truck got towed, and now tell me about the moment you realized it's gone.
I had no words. I could not believe it. I mean, we actually select my brother that morning, when it got stolen. We My brother called my mom, and my mom was like, no, you're just fibbing with me. And we're like, no, mom, like it's gone. And she was like, she had no words. I mean, it was.
So it was you and your brother in Denver. Your mom was
So actually, my whole family went with. So my
okay.
mom, my dad, my younger brother, and then my middle brother that showed.
Okay, the
But
whole
yeah, so
family was there.
yep, the whole
Yeah.
family was there, and so we thankfully we had some family that lived there in Denver, and they loaned us their car for the 2 days, the time that we were there. But it was just a wild trip.
Unbelievable.
Never forget it. Hard to
That's
forget.
wild.
I'm
is
sorry,
wild.
guys.
Yeah, that's all right.
But yeah, just a wild trip. So.
And able to drive your pickup home and
Oh
got
yeah.
home safe
Oh
and
yeah. So
sound.
we actually found out that they actually did ruin our 4-wheel drive. Whoever stole it. But so we had to put our truck into the shop, and they had to fix it and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
we made it home. So
How about it?
Unreal. All right. So we showed the pigs. How did we get along? I mean, did we have, talk to us about how we ended up.
okay, so we took 2 barrows, a spot barrow and a Duroc barrow. Our Duroc barrow was second in class, and then he was actually second in class behind the champion Duroc. And then
No
we
kidding.
actually thought that we were going to be reserve. It was very close for reserve.
Right.
So, and then our spot was 10th overall spot. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
And I honestly want to say that if we had another 24 hours, I think that we would have been right there. So,
Right.
Yep.
Good deal.
but yeah.
So next year, I guess we're coming back to the National Western.
Oh, heck yeah. We will be there for sure.
Right. Are you guys going to try this again? Are you going to try to make the news and all of this?
Let's hope for next year that, we're on the news because we did something big. So
There you
let's
go.
hopefully we can compete. But
There you go.
yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Good deal.
Yep.
Hey Blaine, thank you for sharing that story with us. It was quite the news on social media for sure.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. It was a wild trip. So
Absolutely. You bet.
Thanks.
Hey, you take care.
yes,
Yep.
you guys too. Thank you.
Right, you bet. Wow. I tell you what, we said it earlier. You guys sure know how to make the news, and so
Well, you
I
couldn't have
guess so.
stitched it any better, right?
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, hey, I know this one's just wrapped up. I would bet, knowing you, Alyssa, for sure. Jennifer, we have never had the chance to actually meet in person, but I know Alyssa well enough. You guys are probably already working on next year's National Western.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotcha.
I think both of us took notes every single day, of ideas and what during this year's event that we feel like we need to update or implement for next year. So the planning never stops.
Yep, good deal. So what can we
Absolutely.
expect next year? Tell us something that's in the works maybe for next year that's new.
Sure, yeah. So we're just some changes I think we can foresee going into 24. We're breaking ground on a new facility, so parking is going to look just a little bit different for our exhibitors, and getting resources out early enough just as far as that goes, but nothing too crazy as far as a difference, but there will be some spaces not available. for parking, but we're looking at bigger and better, and I'm already thinking Herdsire is going to have to grow up a touch, and just accommodating to our massive amounts of pens coming back and coming down for the pen shows. So super eager to start planning.
Right. Awesome. Well, it was good news for all things Colorado, Corey. This year's champion market steer was from the home state on the home turf.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Always helps out there. So
absolutely.
anyway. Well, hey, you two, thank you for taking the time. Jennifer and Alyssa, thank you for visiting with Corey and I again. And,
Well, we appreciate the ask. We value that you guys want us on, and it's a thankless task that you guys do too, promoting the industry. And we always want you to know that we appreciate everything you guys do.
You bet. And I tell you that Blaine Lee, he said a mouthful when he said that this is undoubtedly the best industry that you could be involved in. There's no doubt about that. From staying together, working together, and working through things, that's just the way it is in agriculture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
good deal. Well, hey, thank you both. Good luck next year. Congratulations for this year, and we'll catch up later on down the road.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the opportunity.
Thanks,
I'll be
guys.
looking forward to it.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Man, that was quite a turn of events up there for sure. So,
I feel like it. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride.
right. Yeah, you bet. Well, hey, let's wrap this little show up. Segment 6. It's always Cattlemen for Christ, and tonight's Proverbs 28:6. It's better is a poor man who walks with his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways. So, I'm big with my boys, and I know you are too, Corey, about teaching my kids what it's like to have integrity. And I think that's big for this industry. And I think the people that have integrity, it doesn't go unnoticed in this business for sure. So,
Absolutely.
anyway, you bet. Well, hey, take care, and we'll catch up here in another week or so.
All righty. Sounds good, man.
Yeah.
Have a
Take
good
care.
one.